The Israeli army says it has yet again struck two military bases in central Syria, a day after the European Union's foreign policy chief warned strikes in Syria and Lebanon risked escalation. Now referring to the two targets, one in Palmyra and another in 50 kilometers west of the city, the Israeli military said it struck military capabilities that remained at the Syrian military bases of Tadmar and T4. The IDF added that it will continue to act in order to remove any threats posed to the Israeli citizens. On Friday, Israel confirmed targeting the same bases after a war monitor first reported the raids. International Internet monitoring services NetBlocks is reporting a nationwide internet shutdown in Syria. Israel has launched hundreds of strikes on military sites in Syria since HTS-led rebels overthrew Bashar al-Assad in December last year. Israel says it wants to prevent weapons from falling into the hands of new authorities it considers jihadists. The Israeli military has also deployed troops in the United Nations patrolled buffer zone of the Golan Heights, while Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has demanded the demilitarization of southern Syria. Syria's foreign ministry has accused Israel of waging a campaign against the stability of the country. On Monday, during a visit to Jerusalem, EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas had warned that Israeli strikes on Syria and Lebanon were threatening to worsen the situation. Dr. Wael Awad is an international journalist, senior vice president, Middle East and North Africa International Relation, and distinguished advisor in West Asia at the Tilo Toma Foundation, and serves as a distinguished advisor for the Global Counterterrorism Council. Welcome to the program. Thank you very much for joining us at this hour. Let me just start by asking you, what do you think is preventing Israel from moving out of Syria and Lebanon?
Thank you for having me. I believe the new strategy for the Israeli government is to make sure that there is a new reality created after the fall of Assad regime, because you see, it was the same group that Israel have been supporting since 2013, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, and they have been funding them, and they were treating the patients of all the fighters who were fighting the Syrian government at the occupied Golan Heights, and then they send them back. So now Israel realized that these groups are terrorist group in their own prescription of this, and they cannot be given advantage of taking part in the near to Israel and create a kind of a threat to security to Israel in the future. So therefore, Israel have been expanding, cementing its position in Syria. That's already controlling 3 provinces of Syria, deep 65 kilometers deep inside Syria, and controlling all the road to Damascus. And now by attacking Palmyra and T4 and these 2 military bases in the center of Syria, it's a clear indication that the expansion of Israeli influence in Syria will extend throughout the border from Jordan up to Iraq, up to the Kurdish area where the United States is controlling. And I think that's a clear violation of the sovereignty and integrity of Syria, because the future of Syria at stake, especially with the continuous occupation of Israel and the United States and Turkey of the Syrian territory, not to speak of the current government of Syria, which is unable to spread its control all over Syria yet.
Mr. Wael, let me ask you this. The European Union delegation is currently in West Asia. They will be touring Israel in a short while from now. They also did indicate that if Israel does not cease fire in Syria and Lebanon, then that is a cause of concern, first of all. And secondly, there is a fear of an escalation in that region. What happens if Israel does not adhere to the rules or the statements being made by the European Union?
I don't think Israel follows any rule, neither from the European Union nor even from the United States when it comes to its own security, not even from the UN Security Council. And you know, for the last 1 month, there are 4 times discussion at the UN Security Council under closed doors about Syria future, because here there is a project which is being carried out by sinister plot by different governments to break up Syria. In fact, by bringing this group into the leading in Syrian government and continue occupation of the Syrian part, it's a clear indication that this is not going to be easy for anybody to come out of it, because the project is to continue and expand this war, go into a regional war. And I think Prime Minister Netanyahu have made it very clear that the Israeli project is already in place, and he wanted to expand and achieve at least some of the Israelis' ambition of a greater Israel, which is including part of Syria. By the way, many people don't mention that, that in 2014, an American company discovered oil at the Syrian-occupied Golan by Israel. And that a tributary of those oil expand deeply inside Syria, which I have written extensively on that, at 65 kilometers deep inside Syria. So if I wanted to see what's going on the ground in my own country, I will understand that this pretext of terrorism is nothing but a pretext to continue occupation, to ensure that the resources of Syria has been taken by some other foreign nations, nothing but Israel. So therefore, the United States and the European Union has to address the issue of Syrian future and Syrian integrity, and let the Syria, led by Syrians, to rule themselves and have total control on the territories. But allowing this kind of chaos, then definitely we are heading for a regional war, especially with the continuous threat, as you know, to Iran, which is Israel is already saying bluntly that Iran is responsible for a Houthi Ansarullah in Yemen bombardment to Israel by using those rockets, and also helping Hezbollah and helping Hamas. So therefore, regional war is still on the card, and it could be on the table the next few months.
Dr. Wael Awad, thank you very much for all your insights and for talking to WION World is One today.
Thank you for having me.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.